Paul says, hey, you will be a slave to wickedness or a slave to righteousness. You're going to be a slave to one. There is no such thing as freedom. There's no such thing as that. You're either going to obey your flesh, you're going to obey the enemy, or you're going to obey God. But you're going to live in obedience to something, and it's binary. It's a slave to wickedness or a slave to righteousness. You choose. It's up to you. And he's going to later apologize for using the word slave, because the reality of it is the image that Jesus gives us over and over in the Scripture is, hey, I am your shepherd. My sheep know my voice, and I lead you to green pastures beside still waters. I am the gate. I open it and let my sheep graze. I give them freedom. I give them life. He says, so that they might have it to the full. That's the picture of the cage of God, is abundant life. What's the picture of the cage of Satan? Let me ask like this. What is the bait that he traps us with? Maybe it's the hope of one day wearing that wedding dress. And so it's like, hey, if he's telling me that I got to have sex with him to wear that wedding dress, then I'll do it. Maybe it's the shame and guilt you felt from that one night in high school, that prom or whatever. Maybe it's, when you wore his fraternity shirt home and you did the walk of shame through the hall. Some of you. The desire for the wedding ring. Maybe it's these movies. For me, it's the magazine, pornography. I went after it. I got stuck. So I don't know if it's for you, if it's wanting this ring on your finger so bad that you'll do anything to get it. And believing his lies that he'll give it to you if you do that, when really you're just delaying the process and belittling marriage, making it less than what God intended it for it to be. I don't know if it's the shame and the guilt that you felt from that high school relationship that you had where you dated for 7 years and you were certain you were going to marry him. I don't know what your cage represents. I don't know, maybe it's alcohol. You know that when you drink, that's what leads to those other things that you do. But you can't shake it. You can't stop doing it, but you know that when you do it, your mouth just gets a little looser and your language gets a little looser, and then your eyes start to wander, and next thing you know. I don't know if it's romance novels for you. Like you read this stuff and then get all hot and bothered and don't know what to do about it. Or the modern equivalent of Sex and the City. Watching this and then all of a sudden wanting to live an episode. Wanting that crazy, dramatic, drama-filled life where you'd rather him break your heart than anybody love you. Computer. I know that's for a lot of you, man. You went to this. You wanted the freedom to pursue it. Now you can't stop pursuing it. And you're in here. And you wonder how you're going to get out. And so what keeps you in that cage? What keeps you in here? What does the enemy do? What lies does he tell you to keep you in there? You're addicted. You are worthless. You have a low self-worth. Hey, JP, man, who's going to date me? That's why I sit in front of my computer. Who wants this? Nobody wants this, so I guess I'll just do that the rest of my life. And now I'm addicted, and I can't stop doing that which I wanted the freedom to pursue. JP, where I go, my playground, where I play, everybody does that. That's just what we do. For me not to do that, I won't fit in. I'd have to have all new places. Frankly, JP, I'm more comfortable in the strip club than I am church. Frankly, JP, I'm more comfortable in the bar at Uptown than I am in the church. That's my home. My playmates, everybody I run with, that's what they do. Man, all the girls, like we all, like if I didn't watch that, what would we have to talk about? We all get on Pinterest and have folders for our wedding, and I've got my gown picked up. I don't have a guy, but I got my gown. Let me say this, that's a good thing. If you want to get married, that's a great thing. I want you to get married. I want to marry you. Do the ceremony, not marry. I'm married. That's a great thing. You don't have to feel ashamed by that desire, but don't make it worth less than what it is by compromising where God put sex. How about this? Shame and guilt keep you in here. Dude, I just feel so ashamed, man. I can't believe I thought true love waits too, and I just feel so guilty, and I thought I'd never tell anybody what he did to me, and I never thought I'd tell anybody what I did, and I can't talk about that. How could I ever talk about that? Need for approval. Man, if I don't do that, like he's not going to want to date me anymore. JP, if I don't do those things, then they'll think less of me. They won't like me. It sounds real sixth grade, I know, but a lot of us, that's our deal. I'm embarrassed. It's rooted in pride. I can't talk about what I did. Hey, I got a porn problem. Somebody help me. Can't talk about that. Hey, I lost my virginity to that loser. I'm embarrassed. And then for some of you, I just talked about it earlier, you're just kind of like, hey man, none of that's my struggle. I'm a good kid. Don't do those things, and you're in your own cage, you don't even know it. Those are the lies the enemy tells you. He wants to keep you in there